And we're live. What's up, guys? It's me, Faith and Limitless. Welcome to the PFC Podcast. And today we got a little mishmash of crew because our corpulent brony is out getting tacos for whatever reason. You know, he's fought. He's got to go get his munchies, you know. But we got Maury.
What's up?
We got Sheldon.
Hi.
Shut up. No one wants to hear you speak, all right? And then we got Fadi. And I guess Briss is also here. Briss, are you actually here? Or are you...
Yeah, I'm actually here.
He's here. He's here even though he's in pain for you guys because he loves you guys. So go ahead and like this video, by the way. Go on and like the shit out of this video. We actually don't have...
I'm really not with the shenanigans right now, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't say.
I don't think anybody is tonight. It's just like...
Oh, yeah, we don't actually... We were planning on maybe not even doing the podcast because we love you guys so much. We're just going to go ahead and do it. So you're not going to get as much of a structured podcast as you normally do here.
Structure to this podcast?
Yeah, there's some structure, I would say. Sometimes. Occasionally.
Sometimes.
By accident, mainly. But when there is, there's a little bit.
Stop doing the accent!
What are you talking about?
Faith lost a bet. Probably.
Anyways, lads, we have various random topics, but let's I don't know, what do you guys want to jump into first, you know?
Dude, let's talk about...
Sorry,
shut up, Ed. Fuck you.
No. I have a question.
Alright.
Are we allowed to say the J word?
You?
my God.
Unfortunately, the
Is that
website
the J
is
word?
ran by Susan Wojcicki, so I'm not sure.
Why are you doing that accent? Stop it.
I mean,
What are you
Ed,
talking
what
about,
you,
lad?
Ed, you can
That's
do
what
whatever
Faith
you want.
does. Just don't question it. For God's
Oh my
sake, just don't
goodness.
question it.
Oh, fine.
Why
Yeah,
put that
simply
help
that.
wanted sign? Because I'm looking for someone to hopefully end my suffering. You know, there's a lot of things that go through my mind making these videos, and one of them I hope one day will be a bullet.
Yeah.
What, do you want it to
Yeah.
be a silver bullet?
Yes.
That's just,
I got a
that's
question.
just
How long did fucking Corp and Sheldon go on for Equestrian now?
For the HawkCon thing?
Like
Yeah.
2.5 hours?
That was like
Oh
2
no,
and a
just
half.
in general.
Sheldon,
just
you're
like,
super
how long
low.
did it go on?
For like 2.5 hours or something.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Seriously, let's talk about that. The fucking HawkCon. The fucking... That shit's done by
That was a
Crown
thing.
Prince. Yeah, that was the thing. Apparently it's a thing.
Horses
It's
at
like-
home con.
I
is
was
what it
forced
stands
into
for.
it. I had no choice.
What I don't get is how that's a con, though. It's like it's horses at home. Isn't it just watching a fucking live stream?
Essentially, it is just a live stream, but it's supposed to be like, oh, I can't afford to go to the con, or I'm too socially inept to even go to a BronyCon, so let's put a barrier between me and them so I don't have to actually feel like I'm interacting with real people, but kind of feel like I'm still being social, and let's watch a bunch of people do podcasts and various other activities, such as watching YTPs, I guess.
Yeah, watching Ponies the Anthology, the best of.
I mean, I guess it's a con in the sense of like.
It's not even New Ponies, the anthology. It's a fucking clip
Con,
show.
or I'm too socially
That's
inept to
literally
even
what
go
it was,
I
to
don't care.
But I don't know. I just find it funny that it turned out to be like a fucking just like a one-off thing that Crown Prince was gonna do because she couldn't make it to BronyCon 2015, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh hey guys, we're gonna do it again next year.
Should I make
Like-
a promo video for this, by the way, on my channel, or are we just gonna really do it chill?
You should have probably done that before the podcast.
I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
really
we're
matter when I
already
do
into
it.
I mean, dude, you do what you want, man, but we're already
Alright.
fucking into it.
I guess,
don't really
yeah,
care
I
who
guess we'll
watches
just
it.
be a little bit more chill. We'll probably go for like, what, 30 minutes, 30 minutes? Let's just go for how
We're not
long.
gonna make it that far.
Yeah.
let's go for
We
2
lost
hours.
all our good discussion like earlier on because we went on the Jerry Pete drama, and then we talked about copyright, and then and we had really great discussions, but no
actually.
one's was
Yeah, we did.
recording because
Yeah.
no one cared. But we do usually have really great stuff.
Nobody recorded that shit, really?
Nah.
we recorded any of that shit.
No,
It
I was
really
just like-
Sheldon
We were just
going on a
bullshitting
rant.
in AQN.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lame. Doofus!
So
Well,
hey,
shit.
so about other random shit that's fucking happening though. So apparently the Nintendo Switch is out and it's making.
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of people
Fatty
mad.
has an autistic rant about the Nintendo Switch. I want to hear this.
I wanna hear it.
No,
Tell
hold
me
on.
about it.
So it's not an autistic rant. So
Are
the
you
fact
sure?
that Nintendo they're completely underselling themselves by not making enough of these consoles at launch. So it forces websites like Amazon and eBay and other retailers like Target and GameStop to have a very limited supply of this, which is making the demand go up, which is making the original $300 base price of this skyrocket up to like $400, $500 on eBay for people that were able to get their pre-orders in and pre-order like 10 fucking units at a time.
They're assuming they're not doing this on purpose, by the way, which they totally are.
But I mean, like, even if they are
Just creating artificial demand. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But that's what they're they're creating demand, but they're not making money off the consoles. They make money off of their games. So it's
Well,
like,
obviously, their estimation is that we'll make more money in the long tactic, right?
but it's like, why not
That would be
have
the
the consoles made though? That way you're selling consoles and games to people
Because there
that
needs to be
want
time between, like, to create artificial demand, you need time of the product not being available. So perhaps they do have the consoles made.
Oh, hey, there's Corpulent Brony. He's actually
I
back
don't
from
know.
his taco run. How was your trip to Mexico, my dear white Republican friend?
Did you get to see
Fuck
Ed?
you.
It went pretty well. Actually, I have an interesting story to share. Are we on the podcast already?
Yeah, we're
No,
on.
we're
yeah,
not.
we are.
We're not live. You can go ahead and say all those racist things you normally say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't think
I don't know,
anyone would
crazy.
actually want to hear my story, so.
No,
trust
I
me.
mean, we're really just doing a very chilled, laid back
this is
thing.
the-
Like
this is the
we have
shit
under
cast.
20
Whoa,
people
why are there
right
so
now.
many people here?
What?
Oh, they can't actually talk. They shouldn't be. What? Oh, I guess they all can talk.
Except for Ed.
It's except for alt name, yeah.
Yeah, alt name is the only one who can't talk.
I don't know. It's just like
Loser.
I've had this neighbor who's lived like right next to me for more than 10 years, and when he moved in, I think him and his wife had just got married. In that time, they had like at least one baby, maybe two, and the babies got much older. And I think they had some sort of falling out or divorce or something. And now they've moved out. Like, and I barely knew these people. It's so strange that in 10 years, their life went from so different to so different. And in that same 10 years, I'm basically the same.
Nice.
You're still a horse fucker.
Well, I wasn't that.
I've
deep.
noticed
You're
a lot
using
of
their
them-
tragedy as like, wow, their life's awful and I'm still the same.
Wow, glimmer.
Wow. Yeah, they're
Wow,
going through a
guys, I'm
divorce
bored.
and
Fuck.
and their family is ruined and in shambles right now and
It actually
their life
told
is
me I did the
over.
I've done the right thing and not getting married because now I'm not getting divorced.
Hey, you can't get divorced if you never get married.
This is true.
Exactly. You can never lose half your stuff if you don't get married.
That's some
Yeah.
smart thinking right
Because
there.
a bunch of what appears to be the ladies and the kids' stuff is out in the driveway, and I guess he's just giving it away. And there was a rarity plush in there, so I'm not sure what to do with it. I did grab it, of course. I didn't want it to sit out in the rain.
Bring
Why
it.
But,
did
um,
you do that?
Babs
Oh
can't
my
know.
god.
You want me
Nah,
to take the rarity plush?
yeah.
to
Is it
Babs?
raining on your side of Orlando?
No, but it could rain at any time. You know?
Oh, okay.
Just
Could
sell it.
storm. No, just keep it. Why not? I mean, the kid doesn't need it.
Well,
He'll
cut a
be too
hole in
busy-
it.
Dirty. A kid has been holding it and shit. Who knows?
Cut a hole in it.
Put
Yeah,
a hole in it.
that means it's a pure plushie.
What do
Cut
you
a
mean
hole and
pure-
pretend a kid is still using it.
No.
Yeah. Just smell it and be like,
Embrace it, Corp. Embrace it all.
Yeah, become the next Brixie, dude. Think you can sell a little kid
oh
on
my
it.
god.
No.
Become the Brixie Prime.
Pixie Prime. Okay.
So you guys were on HawkCon. Like, how was the vetting for that? Because it doesn't seem like it would be pretty extreme, but the fact that it does
No.
have Crown Prince,
No.
I imagine there was still like, at least 50 people who signed up.
Well, we were on last year, I guess.
Wow, you like horses? That's gay.
It is pretty gay.
Does she actually oversee any of it? Like,
Yes.
is she still involved?
like-
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I think she approves the panels and whatever.
It's like,
Yeah, she
I-
approves all the panels, and she does a few of her own.
Yeah, I see she does closing ceremonies at least.
She did more. She did a pancake and a waffle cooking this morning, and she
Wow.
did a turkey call panel where they competed on turkey calls to see who could make the best turkey call.
Riveting.
They literally had a whole panel where it was just them going gobble gobble like the whole fucking time.
I did not go to that one.
I see Minty Root has a panel and the Riff Cafe, but I also see
Minty's panel was good.
Oh, did it already? No.
It's-
oh, I
I
guess
think it's
it is
going
8 to
right
9.
now.
Yeah, The
No,
thing
it's
is,
over.
yeah, because the 8 to 9 slot is over. I think making of Luna's therapy visit is what's on right now. But the thing is, they do kind of have a 1 hour slot for 6 people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
that's
just
what I
seems
wasn't
like
getting.
really weird. Like, oh, I
Well,
got
they choose
approved
who
for
to
the
feature.
panel, but I'm actually not going to be featured on the site. Like,
Yeah, but you're on the schedule listings.
But still, it's like, didn't you guys, like, you were paired up with like 4 other people, but you got a half-hour time slot, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, how does that work out for the other 3 people? It's like, do they split the rest of that half hour? Does
I
another
think.
one just
Well,
get a
I don't know.
half hour?
Clearly, there's somebody who's in. They just put on whatever they think is worth putting on, I guess.
You guys were worth putting on, totally. Yeah.
Well, that's a joke.
Well,
Dr. Wolfstream has like 95
at the time, we
viewers
were
right
worth
now.
putting on. We were the only good one, I thought, for that time.
Oh yeah, for that time frame, yeah, I didn't know anybody else that was in that time frame with you guys. I was like, damn, this is actually kind of pathetic for like a charity stream, which is what it looked like, rather than just some con. But that's where they're going with it, so whatever.
You know, I'm just gonna point this out. We give KP a lot of flack for like not making her own stuff. Dr. Wolf has a making of Luna's therapy visit. Dr. Wolf doesn't draw it or edit it, so what exactly is he making?
Well, at least
Scripting it.
It seems to
least he
just be an entire podcast with him, Obabo. I don't know who the other people are. They're just
They're probably
I
the
mean,
animators.
He obviously oversees it, right?
Yeah.
So, and he also writes it.
Yeah, he's the project manager.
he actually has a
Yeah.
sizable amount of people there. It's 90, which is higher than what I've been seeing on HawkCon. Ha 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 ha. Are you mad or nah?
Crown Prince had more than 100 this morning at the cake thing.
I guess it was the
Oh
first
boy,
thing.
my delivery food is here. I'm getting this Philly cheesesteaks on BRB Nignogs.
You're gonna lose your gains, Maury. What are you doing?
Piss off.
Yeah, seriously.
You're gonna
dude.
lose your gains,
He's gonna be
kid.
such a fat fuck by the time Babs happens. No,
Ah.
but it's like, I don't know, dude. I just feel like for something that, you know, Crown Prince is like putting together and shit like that, and like all of these different people. Like I saw Eurobeat on there too. Like he has a time slot. But it's like if there's only like 50 to 100 people showing up, even watching these things, is it even worth it?
Yeah, for a charity.
there's literally-
stream, it's-
There's literally nothing we had to do, and there's no outlay of expenses for them, really. I mean, it's you make a con, everything's electronic.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
There's
yeah, so
literally
for you
no
guys-
overhead. It's all profit, I guess.
Well, not profit, but charity.
Yeah, quote unquote charity. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Wink,
trust
wink,
Crown
nudge,
Prince.
nudge.
I mean, I trust Crown Prince, but is that money going to her first and then going to the charity, or is
No,
that going
we
directly to the
verified that
charity?
the's a PayPal link that goes directly to the charity.
Yeah, that's how
and,
you
the
should.
right way.
The buying the shirts and stuff, though, I think that does go through them because they obviously take the cost of the shirts out of the.
But
money
that's still
they
for
receive.
charity, though, right?
Supposedly everything after the cost is a charity. Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just kind of memeing around, but yeah.
But that's what you are, Faith. You're a literal.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. We are
Alright,
so
well,
out of it
fucking-
right now.
This is
We're-
so fucking
We're phoning this one in this week, folks.
I mean, we had such a great discussion. When
That's the thing, we lost it all before.
we all used up all our discussion. I don't think anyone was thinking about the podcast before we actually got to
What do you have
today.
discussion about?
About the whole Jerry Pete thing and about how kids don't actually understand copyright and trademark infringement. And also the difference. Here's one of my biggest problem with a lot of artists out there. The thing is, they'll be like, you need to ask for permission before you ever use anything of mine, that you need to credit me explicitly. But then they'll go ahead and base all their stuff off of MLP, and they'll say it's okay because it's a corporation, that they don't ask for permission, or that they use it without permission, and that they profit off of it without permission, and all that stuff. And that fair use only applies to essentially individuals. It's
What I didn't like about that whole thing was like, there's actually a lot I didn't like about it, but like particularly about what you're referring to, like the same people who criticize Jerry for not giving credit are the exact same individuals who will not take the time to credit every single fucking asset they use in their videos, if they credit anything at all. Right?
Yeah.
I've done that though. I've credited all the assets, and it ends up being like a whole page.
It's not practical at all.
I mean,
No,
I do that for
absurd.
like Moliminous 2, and Moliminous 2 cost money just to keep up because of certain traps with the previous networks that I was in. But it's like what I do is I usually do it in order of every artist I use, but I even had an issue where one artist, because I go to the content aggregation sites like E621 or Derpy Buru, because that way, because I used to just link directly to the DeviantArt pages, but then I would have people complain that, oh, this artist is actually using parts of vectors that I did in another art piece, and you need to credit me and say that this person stole art from me, and I didn't want to deal with that, so I just would link to Derpy Brew. So if they had an issue like, oh, they used one of my assets, I could do that. They could go ahead and manually do it themselves. But I still had someone who came to me and was like, you used an image of mine, so I'm sending you a DNCA because I tried to email you and you didn't respond. Which they didn't ever email me or PM me. They said they left comments. Eventually they admitted that's all they did.
Leaving comments on like what, just one of your videos?
Yeah, they left a comment on my video that was like 6 months old.
And you're supposed to see that. How?
Yeah, exactly. There's literally a business email. That's an option on it, as well as PMs and the Twitter. But they try to take it down. Obviously, I didn't even bother to dispute it. I just told them to remove it, and they did. All I did was just take out their thing. The whole problem is that they want you to specifically come to them first, but they don't extend the same courtesy to anyone else. It's essentially, if you make more money or if you get more views, then you no longer have the same rights as them because you're
It's just
corporate.
like, I don't have to credit you if I fall in the parameters of fair use, you fucking idiot.
Totally.
And that's what
Actually,
I don't
do
even
in those
care
things.
about credit. Like, crediting is fine. Sure, I'll credit you. I'll do all that. I usually try to. But I don't have to ask exclusive permission beforehand.
No, you don't.
If you do have something that says, please do not re-upload my majestic recolor of Rainbow Dash, I won't do it. But that's why I stick to sites like Derpy Brew, because if it's Derpy Brew's uploading it, you usually have a re-upload policy in place. Or at least you don't have an explicit please don't repost, you know?
I mean, the whole thing with Jerry, and if anybody's not aware, Jerry Pete, who's a guy who makes shitty videos on the internet, he used some artwork in one of his videos recently, and he used it for less than 30 seconds, and he was using it to like abstract a visual representation of the people he was referring to, and the people he was referring to was individuals of the brony reviewing community, and people. The artist asked him to credit her. Like she went up to him and said, "Look, I noticed you didn't credit me for using this image. Can you credit me?" And he said, "LOL, no, I don't have to credit you. I'm not doing it." And
Was it a picture of people? Was it like OCs?
it was OCs.
Oh.
It was OCs. So, because obviously Jerry believes he falls within the parameters of fair use. He's not required to do that. And, you know, people's problem with this is like, well, I'm not even going to try to represent everybody's problem with it. What I'm going to say is that, as far as I can tell, the biggest issue with it is that you could say that he was being a little bit rude and not courteous to bestow that request, and that's about as far as you can take it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's about it.
But the
And
thing
and,
is,
and it's not being represented that way. It's being
because people
very
are
much
taking
so.
it so much farther.
Absolutely.
They're
It's
being
absurdity.
Like,
It's
this
ridiculous.
is the artist image and stuff. And
Well,
you
it's like,
can't
oh, you
do
just don't
that.
respect artists. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah,
Number one, I don't have to respect an artist. And number two, me not respecting this particular person's request is not me not respecting the fact that she's an artist or all artists at all. It's just this hyperbolic nonsense, you know, and that's typical with a lot of these cases of drama. It's just,
Well,
and you know,
because they're dumb. They're children.
Well,
Whether
my
they're older or not, they have the mentality of a child.
I I have a bigger issue with this though, and it's a little more personal. It's completely anecdotal. I can't prove any of this, but
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm in the chat room that this person Sapphire, whose art was used, she resides in
Wait,
there.
is
and
this
she's-
Sapphire Heart Song?
It is,
Yes.
and she's in there. She's very active, very often with Mo and FNGR and that whole crowd. And I was part of this entire thing. Like I was just a fly on the wall essentially. I wasn't really giving much of an opinion, but I was watching what they were doing. And before the whole thing culminated into filing a copyright claim against Jerry for the video, I had asked her in the chat. I said, like, because she was upset that he used her photo or her piece of artwork, obviously, and you know she felt like she deserved credit. And people were telling her claim the video, and their reasoning for why she should claim the video was, well, Jerry holds a double standard and does this to other people, thus it makes sense for you to bestow that same thing upon him. And I piped up at that point and I said, well, do you actually believe that he's committed a copyright infringement here? Like that's the only reason you should
Kind of
file.
does seem just to be really out of spite, but at the same time, it's really not hard to just copy a link and paste it. Stop being all
but-
this holier than thou, this fucking
But
supposed
it's
moral
also
crusade.
illegal.
Sure.
It's also
Sure.
illegal to
But-
make
but-
fraudulent copyright claims. The moment
Well,
she says
hold on.
no, it's illegal.
Like my point is that you know, I agree. You know, I think it doesn't take much effort to put a fucking link. Like, who gives a shit, right? Like, come on. But I don't think that justifies like this idea of, well, we should, you know, file a claim on him anyways because he's being a meanie, and I don't like that. I think that's fucking retarded because obviously that has nothing to do with whether or not you think he's infringed on your copyright. And I asked her straight out, I said, do you think he's infringed on your copyright? And she said, well, no. But she said no.
Yeah.
I don't think that. And then Vita and a bunch of them all piled on top of her and
Yeah.
said, well, you know, it was fucking retarded. So she
I
did
didn't
it
know Vito
anyways.
was behind that.
So,
The
you know,
fact she
I
said
have a
no,
problem with
legal.
that. I don't like that.
But it's also the herd mentality right there as well. She went with the crowd. Peer pressure, I guess, would actually. I just kind of want to use herd mentality, but it's retarded. It's completely dumb. It's you also, if you're saying like, oh, this person is bad because they're doing this, let's do this. You know, if you're falling into the same thing that they're doing and you're saying that they're bad because of it, you're just becoming a hypocrite at that point if you're also committing the same actions.
It's like if your problem is his behavior, then make a video mocking his behavior. You know,
Yeah, sure.
What, you know?
Can I tell a story about her?
Go ahead.
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
Throw some shade, Corpulent Brony.
Sapphire Heart Song is contacted me on first time on fucking Pony. God, what's that Facebook pony site? It's
Pony
like
Square?
Pony Square. Yeah, she contacted me first time ever on Pony Square. She was a fan for some reason. I think she saw me first there at Pony Square, and then she's like, "Hey, can I like share your Facebook page on mine?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And she shared it, and then I went from like 3 friends on Facebook to like 500 like overnight. So apparently she had a page with like thousands of like followers, and I'm like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. You know, this is a pretty cool person. And eventually we talk like once in a great while, and then she started doing analysis stuff, and she's like, oh, can you get me into the Rift? And I like put her in contact with everyone. So basically, the reason she is where she is now, this guy.
Corpulent
all
Brony is
Corpulent Brony,
responsible.
And can I say though, she was one of the turn on me. One of the
What a
first.
bitch. What a
Oh,
fucking.
Because she was
So
going out
fuck.
with Dark Edge. Remember, she was going out with
Okay.
Dark Edge.
Was she?
Yeah.
Wow, she must either have really low standards or
Well,
That's a name I haven't heard in a while, man.
She's really fat, dude. She's pretty ugly.
And
That's a name I haven't heard in fucking
he's not
ages, man.
charismatic
Dark
at
Edge?
all.
Dark Edge, yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Jesus.
Dark. He's still around. Like he still fucks around.
He used to be so cool. I mean, he became like an SJW or something, but he used to be a pretty.
I wouldn't call him an SJW.
We lost another one to
I don't know.
the
Man.
the mental disease.
He was mad at he was doing a lot of like white knighting and stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, we already lost Lauren Faust to it. Do we
Wait,
really
what?
need to lose more? What?
We did.
Yeah. Oh,
May
Lauren
peace be
is
upon her.
her entire her entire Twitter is just how men are awful and how women should,
it's pretty great.
and she types there from her mansion, women should be in the trenches fighting. Like I tweeted at her, I believe.
Right.
All right, well, since you're so wealthy, why don't you buy us a couple gums? Come with us to the Middle East and let's fight for women's right, mate. Well, let's get your pretty little nails dirty, all right? If you want to talk about how men aren't doing anything. No, I'm pretty sure I'm blocked now, though.
No,
I remember when I congratulate her on Twitter about Rainbow Rocks and she blocked me.
I get it.
Hold on, wait a minute. Ed,
that makes sense.
What's your name on Twitter, though, fam?
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why she blocked you, idiot.
No,
No, she blocked him because Rainbow Rocks and Equestria Girls is a scourge on the name of My Little Pony.
It's true.
EQG, just like the title ticker says, is better than MOP. It is 100% better than MOP.
I don't know.
Agree.
Yes,
So
it
is that
is.
the point? Is that the point where we're at in the fandom as far as like being a fucking contrarian goes?
The show is so bad at this point, though. Like the writing and pacing in the movie is just objectively better.
Like, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the first two Rainbow Rocks movies,
First two Rainbows Rocks movies? I was
just listen to me. It makes sense. Or Equestria Girls movies, or the first 3 seasons of My Little Pony do a better job of conveying the central themes of friendship? What do a better job?
I think that's a really retarded theme. I don't even
Why
think
do you
that's.
think that's
I don't even think that's the theme of the show. Let's be honest. The only reason why their friendship matters is because of the end result of it being a weapon. It's not necessarily their friendships that are important.
No.
It wouldn't matter if it was
That's
those
the thing.
characters as long as the people could wield the elements.
You're not
It's
thinking about
essentially
this.
teaching your kids to make friends for the end goals that will become whatever you can use them for. Find friends who have skills that you can find valuable in life.
Let me explain this to you. So, like, when the main characters get their whatever items to beat the bad guy and they beat
Elements of harmony?
sure,
You really
that's
forget?
that's a representation of friends coming together to defeat the uncertainty of the world, to overcome your struggles, right? So it's you're taking it too literally, right? Like the thematic core of the show is that friends are important and friendship is magic, and together we can do a better job than alone, right? That's the point. That's
And
what
to
it's
find
trying to
friends
tell
that
you.
have specific attributes so that you may milk them for what they're worth.
That's a pre-game.
One that's really fucking cynical, and just because like these characters are becoming friends that they happen to, like, what I'm trying to say is like just
Are you
because
high, Mari?
it doesn't have catastrophic consequences doesn't make their experiences not important, you know.
You're high, Maury. Go to bed.
I'm not.
He's totally fucking high.
No, I'm trying to make a point.
Hold up. Well,
Alright,
can you
alright,
say that
alright, so-
again? We interrupted you. Sorry about that.
Just because like the friendship doesn't always fucking have, you know, catastrophic consequences, you know, doesn't make the experiences that they have even like during the slice of life episodes, you know, any less important because they
But that's the thing,
shape
during
them
the
as
slice of life-
characters.
But even during the slice of life episode, you saw them in the background still fighting
No,
off
the
some
slice of
giant
life. I mean,
monsters
like
and
the
shit.
everyday ponies doing pony shit episodes.
But
Excuse me,
even
not
though
slice of life.
Even though it revolved around those other ponies, they
I'm not talking
still were
about that
fighting a
episode.
fucking monster.
I'm not
Maury,
talking
Maury,
about that
even in the
episode.
show, if you don't have something valuable to the group, you aren't kept around. Apple Bloom had a friend, Twist, but as soon as Apple Bloom got 2 better friends, she immediately abandoned Twist, and we haven't seen Twist actually interact with Apple Bloom since. They used to have a very strong connection, but because she was no longer useful and no longer had anything to contribute to Apple Bloom that she couldn't get from 2 better sources, she is no longer important. The show is teaching you that as long as your friends are important, as long as you have people who are useful, that you can use them. It's saying that influence is magic, not friendship.
That's pretty, like I said, it's pretty cynical. Just
I'm
Hold
sorry,
on,
the
Maury.
world is
go
cruel.
ahead. Go ahead, Shelly.
Yeah. Okay. So part of the reason why you like to hang out with other people and establish friendships is because it makes you feel good. You get something out of it, right? So that's in because how else are you going to motivate people to be friends? There has to be some kind of payoff on that level, whether it's a neurochemical payoff that makes you feel really good or anything like that. So you can break like everything down to selfishness if you want to play that game. I mean, like we can go pretty deep with that.
That's going against science saying that all altruistic acts are really fake. It's like there's always some type of motivation behind it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
But I mean,
so
really dark.
the ponies are actually selfish, and that the whole motif of friendship is a
We're
true
all
cover-up for
Yeah,
a
we
fact
are
that they
all
only
selfish.
want individuals who can give them something that they desire or that they are themselves unable to produce by themselves. So yes, these ponies do not actually show the attributes that they're trying. It's essentially do as I say, not as I do. They're preaching friendship, but their relationship is one based upon influence and a give-take system.
That just is friendship. That just is what you're describing.
That's just basic friendship there.
So all your friendships are based upon those with the most power and influence. Because let's see, we have a
think of it this
literal
way, though.
princess,
Hold on.
the person who corners the food market, a location designer who has designed stuff for all kinds of people, the tamer of the element of chaos, and then we also have Rainbow Dash, who is a literal famous wonderbolt, and then we have Pinkie Pie, who actually corners the sweets and has this access to this
all right. So
incredible.
you're just going on about the show though. It's like if you take like the literal friendship and stuff, yeah, it's obviously going to be somebody who has the most influence on your life. So it's like I'm going to be friends with people who constantly influence my life. People who want to like go and hang out with me someplace, or people that just generally make me happy to
But
be
that's
around
not
them.
influence on your life. Wanting to hang out with someone or someone wanting to hang out on you isn't the same
But
influence that Trump
that's
has
still
on
an
your
influence,
life.
though.
Yes, but it's not to the degree that a lawmaker or another upper crust citizen would have on your life, or a politician. That's essentially what this is. If you look at the entire setup here, it's a bunch of business people all buddying up to the princess's student.
But I mean, that's not essentially how they started.
That is
though.
exactly what it is. We have a bunch of people, even in the beginning, that Rainbow Dash wanted to be famous. Of course she's going to buddy up with Twilight. But at the end of the day, you have the person who's cornering the apple market, the person who's cornering the sweet, the designer, the tamer of chaos, the literal sports star. These are all highly influential people, all mingling with the other princess. This is clearly a relationship based upon the influence that they can gain from each other and the
clearly,
power
yeah,
that they
partner,
have
sure.
together. But
That's
it's not
what started in the
necessarily.
show.
I mean,
Like, in the
people
show-
in real life tend to associate with and form bonds with people of relative status, right? So that's nothing shocking or new.
I mean,
But there's
yeah.
exceptions to that rule, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a proclivity, but it's not absolute.
I mean, I would
But
say
what's your point though? Like I don't know what your point is.
My
I
point
would
is
say
that
give
the
me
show's
some
not
examples from the show that lead credence to what you're saying, Faith.
Which part? That they're there for influence?
Give me examples of their interaction that leads credence to what you're saying.
That they're there for influence? Or
That they're friends, but strictly because of the influence that they hold, and that they can get something from that.
I mean, we literally had an entire episode about the Grand Galloping Gala.
Elaborate.
They were all fighting to get the tickets to Twilight God so that they could all use it for their own selfish reasons. They all wanted to. Applejack wanted to use the tickets in order to sell food to make more money.
They realized the folly of that in the end.
But they realized the folly of that how many different times?
But I mean,
I don't
clearly
know
that
what that
episode-
means.
Simply Rarity. I am saying they learned the same lesson over and over.
But but
Rarity
that has
simply
nothing to-
Rarity
All right.
benefits simply from being known as a friend of the princess as a designer.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't think that was.
She
like,
even markets
her
the princess
intention.
dress
Yeah,
And then
does.
she realizes the folly of that.
after
shit,
making
too.
money, tons of money off of it,
But
and
it didn't
getting
start
tons
out
of
like that, though.
notoriety.
It didn't start out like that though, especially with Rarity. Like even before Twilight became a princess or any shit like that, she was still very well known in Ponyville, and she made her way up to like Canterlot and shit like that, and then out to like Manhattan. That was all before Twilight had ever even become a princess. She was doing that on her own.
But she was still the student of Celestia. There's still giant influence there
Did
to be
they
the
know-
personal
But that's the
protege.
thing.
Was
None
that-
of that was ever mentioned in those
Yeah.
specific episodes.
Yeah,
Was that a huge deal? Like,
It
did
wasn't.
everybody
Well-
know that Twilight was the student of Celestia, and what impact did that have?
I mean, did
She-
everyone even know
I
that
mean,
Twilight was
well,
friends with Rarity? It's
Here's what I'm just not understanding. Like where's the negative criticism here? And is this a criticism hierarchy? Like the way human beings
It
simply
is the fact
sort
that
themselves?
you were saying it
mean,
was
like-
coming from the fact that you said who displayed the traits of friendship better. The first two EQG movies or the first 3 seasons of MLP, and I was saying that MLP doesn't actually display those traits. They display traits of garnering influential and powerful friends, quote unquote friends, in order to reach your end goals.
Okay, but what's wrong with that?
It's
you're
not
forgetting- no, no, no,
necessarily
wait.
wrong. There is no such thing as wrong.
No,
but
you're
it's simply
you're
not
forgetting
the
about
same thing that you're
Fluttershy.
trying to have be portrayed.
No,
It's
no,
not
Faith,
exactly
Faith,
friendship
no.
is magic.
No,
It's
no.
influencing power can buy you what you want.
No, Faith, you're completely forgetting about Fluttershy, who in the first 3 seasons was a nobody, and they were still friends with her.
She's
I
like a
think it's-
concubine.
no.
Let's be honest.
I think what you're trying to do here, like what do you think? I want you to define influence for me. What is influence?
Someone that has the ability to. Someone who has control or oversees large quantities of assets, whether it be
Assets, like material assets.
material or it's either assets or
like that.
political influence, political power, that they have political weight as well. They either have
Okay.
control over assets or they have political weight.
Do you think it's possible to disconnect the idea of friendship from influence?
Not if you're human.
Okay, and would you agree that the characters in the show are expressed in a manner that is supposed to, in some sense, parallel or convey human relationship?
Sure.
Okay, so what you're saying is that there is an accurate representation of friendship in the show.
But that's not really friendship. I never said that humans are possible
what-
to have friendship.
What do you define as friendship?
Something that is truly selfish, something that is you're
But that's
close to
okay.
someone
not-
only
that's
for
not as-
their.
I
That's not
wouldn't
as
say
much
that's-
friendship as much as it's altruism.
And that's the thing. There's no true case of altruism.
For a human, and therefore there is no
for
true
any-
case
for
of friendship
Any animal, for any
that we know
species
of. I
on
mean,
this
we
earth.
know
No,
of one
altruism does
planet.
exist. Altruism does exist. It's just
Truly altruistic acts do not exist because there is always some form
Okay.
or some way that somebody is
You're
getting
right.
something back.
you're right.
Okay, so you're
Well,
going
hold
to
on.
the principle of biology that because you do something good,
Are we
you-
getting into fucking Ayn Rand territory over here?
I don't know.
We have to-
Humans
to
are
settle
incapable
this
of
debate.
selfless acts. There is no true thing as friendship whenever you're talking about humans.
Oh my god.
It is
So
all
just-
for
so
the
just because
benefit
we're
of the
all
person.
Just because that doesn't make the friendship any less valid.
The friendship is there because that person has something to offer them. It is all
Yeah.
based upon the selfish
Yeah, but-
desires
but hold
of
on,
one
hold on.
party.
It's a mutual relationship though, and you're
Yeah.
not mentioning that. There's
Yeah.
mutual benefit.
It is a
That's the
mutually
point.
parasitic.
No.
relationship.
The
No.
point is the
Oh,
point
Wow,
is that
this is
we can-
edgy.
No, this is getting retarded.
Parasitic.
Though his mind is not for men, the proud is arrogant, his reserved quiet defense. I swear to God, this is the fucking Ayn Rand conversation.
I'm done at this point because that's absurd. That's absolutely
so hold on. So
ridiculous.
let's break this down to like some
I'm
real
not.
basics here, Faith. So let's say you have somebody who is a multi-millionaire and he becomes friends with somebody who's a hobo, somebody who has absolutely nothing to offer him, physically or in any types of power type of way. Like, what are you getting at there then in that case?
They're getting the
nothing...
feeling that they're so selfless. Oh, look at them. They're so good. They're spending time with this man who has nothing, who's at the bottom of the barrel, and that's just the ego boost that they want. They're not actually doing it because they care about him. They're doing it because of a selfish desire to make themselves feel better than other people.
All right, let's take it one step further then. They were originally friends as kids, okay?
Yeah, but well, hold on.
One turned into the multimillionaire and one turned into the hobo.
You can't just pretend that empathy doesn't exist. I mean, like,
well, I mean, obviously empathy is gonna exist, but let's take it from they were.
But even then, empathy is because you're putting yourself in their position.
Yeah,
it's still going back to you.
But why else?
You now only care about the situation because of you.
Why else? Why else would you care about somebody else's suffering if you couldn't abstract that and do that?
It seems like you're dismissing selfishness as like not being representative of friendship. And it seems like if friendship is something truly selfless, then what are you saying, that it doesn't exist?
Yes, it does not exist if you're a human. Friendship does not exist in the concept that we like to portray it is, in the romantic manner that we like to portray it in, does not exist for any known life forms such as humans. Any higher thinking life form, which all we know is humans. So there is no such thing as friendship amongst humans. There's only a mutually parasitic relationship that can be formed.
I think you're discounting like visceral feelings and things like that can't be like put into words.
But no, because even things like love and the desire to have children is a selfish act. You want to have children because that's what you want to do. It's for you. It's a feeling that you are acting upon.
I don't see. Are you trying to say it doesn't exist?
He's saying friendship doesn't exist.
It's just kind of funny because everyone's already faith, so I've been pretty much ignoring the convo. But friendship does exist, so I don't.
So are you saying you're
because
not
if you define
friend?
a friend as someone that you enjoy their company, and you feel some affection towards them, then yeah, friendship exists. That's literally, by the way, like the dictionary definition of a friend.
Yeah, nobody defines friendship as just some truly 100% selfless. Like like you said,
there's no selflessness involved in being a friend.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no selflessness involved in being a friend.
No, just basically emotional economy. You give something, they give something to you.
It's just someone who you enjoy hanging out with.
Exactly.
That's literally a friend.
You nihilistic asshole.
Shut up, Tommy.
Pretty cynical. Pretty fucking cynical, yeah.
Wow, that sure was something.
What?
Are we not friends, Faith? Are we not friends?
Humans cannot have friendships.
So we're not friends?
Is that what you say to girls? Is that what you say to girls?
Yeah, that is my excuse.
Pickup line.
Is that before or after?
Usually after.
There you go, man. There you go. Doing it the right way. Oh man,
If it's
fucking
playing
hell.
4D chess, we are just too silly to see it.
So, alright, so before this spirals completely even more out of complete shit, let's take whatever
I really like the blue pony.
I wanted to bring up something. But...
I mean, you could bring up some stuff, but I'm just telling the chat, if you have any questions, now is the time to post them, because this is just great. This is a great
Okay. Have any of
Well,
you
I
guys
needed to do something interesting.
Have any of you guys heard of Bestie?
No.
Bestie.
Best friends forever. What?
Are you talking like on a friendship level or like an object?
No, it's called BESTI.
Oh no.
It is the newest virtual reality clop game.
Oh my
god.
Virtual reality. So I'm looking at Aviv now.
Is
Then
it
send
good?
links.
Wait, Aviv? You mean a Vive?
A vibe, whatever the fuck you call it.
It's called
A
an
Vive?
HTC Vive. You
Wow.
see the Vive?
Wow, Grandpa.
Well,
I
you know
need
what?
to get
Red
a
Hut right
Vive.
there.
Here, I'll give you a link here.
Yeah. Post link in
Skunkcracker.com.
podcast.
Where's this at? Podcast?
Yeah, put it in podcast
Yeah.
first.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, nice hyperlink.
I didn't copy paste it. I typed it.
Yeah,
There
there
we
we
go,
go.
there
Okay,
we
so
go.
let's see what we got. here.
Skunkcracker. This website
Ooh.
contains.
Adult
you-
oriented.
All I
looks-
see is an Applejack and the fighting is magic thing. Just
It's not free.
looking at
But
me.
yeah, it looks like everything's password protected.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see the artwork.
I've
Let's
got
see
the
the
password.
artwork.
Nice.
Original card.
Oh,
This is good.
okay. So if you click on artwork, there's some
Ah,
pretty
there you-
interesting
Okay.
pictures there.
Where's
Yeah.
the? Oh
Where is
god,
the
they have a
DSF
comic
anime?
and it's just like a wall of text next to everything. This person does not know how to format the text for a comic.
Of
But I guess
course,
that's not the main purpose of the comic.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, seriously. Clearly,
Sorry.
it's not.
Oh god, there's an actual horse there.
So,
Oh, this is disgusting. I just saw something on the site. Disgust me.
so
oh
is this
my
something
goodness.
that's is this something that's new, Corp? Like this just
It is
came
horrible.
out?
I don't know how long it's been out, but
Oh my God! What is
Yeah.
that?
Why is
Yeah.
this video? She's
What?
just watching a
Oh.
Hillary and Trump debate.
Yo,
Wow.
What
man.
is
Yo,
this?
man. Look at the detail on that teeth, dude.
I know, but
What?
still,
Yeah.
geez.
That's
it is
Stuff we-
disgusting.
It's pretty
Oh my
amazing.
God.
Oh my.
I don't know how long it's been
Oh,
out, but it's
Those are
pretty good
human
game.
teeth, aren't those? Aren't they?
So, do you know, Corp, if this is something that they're going to turn into something like a sex adventure or something for people to be able to get off to?
Yeah, I think they're gonna try. Like, there's already like 4 scenes or 5 scenes.
Nice.
What is
Um,
this?
It's Chrysalis getting small Chrysalis getting nutted on inside of Twilight's mouth.
No, that's Cadence.
No, that's
not-
Cadence's
that's
mouth.
Cadence's mouth. Look at the main.
Ah,
What video
yeah,
are
you're
you
right.
guys? Oh
You're
my
right, it is
god.
No, we're just looking at the picture that Corp. Like, I'm not watching any of these. fucking
There was a
videos.
video and it just starts off with Twilight watching the Hillary and Trump debate for like
What?
a minute.
What?
Where?
She's
Where's
just
that
sitting
video?
there.
Oh my God.
That sounds exciting.
It's
Oh.
the third video down.
Clearly, that's something
Jesus
Corp wants to
Christ.
get off to.
And she's just like drinking.
So here, Corp. So here's something that I'm gonna ask, just because I'm kind of a guy who's into virtual reality and stuff. Is this something that is just gonna be for the HTC Vive, or have they said that they're gonna expand to other virtual reality platforms?
Oh,
You don't
oh.
even need a Vive or any VR for it. It's optional.
Wait, you just
Yeah, well, yeah, that's optional, but no, it's
So it
it's
is gonna
for
work for all.
basically.
virtual
I think they're
platforms.
trying to make it work for everything. It even works on Android, so you can use it. I think on Android with
Oh,
Daydream
really?
and Google VR.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
Okay, so this
and,
is gonna be multi-platform VR.
Oh yeah, he's already got versions for Windows 2D, Android, and for virtual
All
reality.
right, cool. I'm just making sure
Wait,
that
you
way when I
can't even
download
access
this, it
the
works
best-
on my Oculus.
you can't even access the Bessie without a password. Like
Yeah, 'cause
you can't
you
even
buy
see any information about it.
You need to
You
buy
have-
it.
You need to go on his Patreon and give him money.
To see
How much money though? Is it like $1?
No, there's a website for it. There's a website for it.
I mean, okay, if it's gonna be $1 for the whole experience that he's
Yeah.
gonna offer, that's not bad. Then.
Faith, I posted it in podcast.
Oh, does he have a whole page for it?
Mhm.
I was gonna say, like, that's a horrible business strategy. To even see anything about it, you must first give me money.
Oh yeah, there's the features. VR optional.
Okay,
So,
so yeah, there is stuff here.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's,
like this. He stole my
that's,
design of the. Well, actually, this is just like kind of a template. Actually, no, I think I know this exact template. He's using the parallax scrolling with the fading in.
It's a very popular tool.
But it's it's responsive. So
Yeah, it's nice.
this is pretty much how all websites are now. This exact setup. It's
Yeah,
kind of
let's get on
boring
mobile.
if you're a
A lot of
designer.
websites are like this.
Like this is the exact column setup that people use. It's really boring.
Fuck, I'm gonna be right back. We've been talking about so much shit. I gotta go shit now.
All right.
What?
All right. Take your computer to the bedroom.
Bring your
Film
entire
it!
setup to the bathroom.
Wait, it says an interactive VR and 2D simulation.
2D? That's not 2D.
Simulation. What?
That's
He says it's an ambitious project that's working towards the prospect of everyone owning the equivalent of an affordable sex robot.
nice.
He has a history. He has a degree in history and a degree in liberal arts, and a
What the
background in
fuck?
upper level management, public education, and software and hardware. So this guy's serious. He's not some little kid.
But he has no
Interesting.
actual
Coding.
game design. There's no computer
Maybe it's
science.
Yeah, that's.
You don't really need that though.
Yeah.
Well, you need to. If you're trying to do some new innovative thing, it would help to know how to do it.
Yeah, but you can learn that shit on your own. I
Maybe
mean,
he
look
does
at
know how
the
to do it.
pony.
You
the
can't
pony-
just learn how to do it. He has to at least be.
Yes, you
Yes,
can
you
learn.
can.
You can learn it, but it's like, oh, I have a degree in this and this. Let's just go ahead and try this new innovative thing.
Faith appealing to credentials. Appealing.
See,
to
this guy
credentials.
right here has no degree, and he wrote a whole.
I don't.
Huh.
I don't actually see any. Oh, it's also made with Unity. Oh, that's
Pony
great.
VRville. Yeah, they're Unity games.
Yeah.
This is adult. Yep. Okay, it's anime. There's a lot of clipping going on there, but I guess it's pretty new.
Where are you
Wait.
looking at?
Hey, Corp, what's that?
A
That's the actual
demo
link.
of it.
Where's that at?
It's at the very bottom, the
Oh,
second
we're at the
video.
bottom. Oh yeah, okay, there it is.
Nothing happens. It just looks like a normal VR game. I don't really see anything that's supposed to be.
Lewd?
No, I don't see anything that's really new or innovative.
I don't see any videos on this website.
The bestie videos.
Yeah. SD videos?
Features, and then I think where did I go?
Oh, there it is.
Want
I
to see
got it.
trailers and gameplay? There's actually no, like, if that's a gameplay, then it's just like every other VR game.
Just a
Yep,
walking
only it's
simulator.
ponies.
Q, what is
Hey,
the difference
hey.
between programming and teaching? Well, I mean, to teach, I would assume you would still need to know programming. But what is the difference between freedom and fairness? That's just another logical loop that we would be in. What is the
What are you
difference
talking
between
about?
human mind and an AI? There is no difference if the AI is self-aware. If it's actually to the point where we can't discern it, then it's the same.
Well, the difference between a human mind and an AI is that the human brain only encompasses certain parameters, and the AI's, you want to call it a brain, encompasses different parameters, and they could be more or less.
Where are you asking these questions for? Where
The
they
chat.
No,
Yeah, they come from the
The
chat.
what?
The chat.
the chat.
Oh.
Actually,
Wait,
Sheldon.
I mean, we've been live. Did you not know? We all said it.
Actually, Sheldon, I have to disagree. If the AI is built by a human mind, then that AI will think just like a human mind.
What? Where do you get that from?
No,
How does that
I
make
don't
any
agree
sense?
with that.
If you make an
no,
AI
no.
that's able to learn and grow, then how is it only confined to the thought process of a human? We also don't
no,
design
because
computers to think
no,
like
no,
us
no.
either.
You see, because if we design an AI, something that can think, the only way we can program it is based on
No,
how
so
we
Ed,
think.
So here's where you're wrong. So when it comes to programming AIs and stuff like that, there's actually a lot of math behind it. And obviously, as we get more knowledgeable in that field and learn more advanced algorithms, you can make it so that these AIs will then be essentially programming themselves at some point. So the things that they actually learn aren't things that we're telling it to learn. It's just learning it on its own, writing more stuff to its own program, and thus becoming its own entity.
The point is that the AI theoretically has the capacity to surpass the parameters at which a human being has the ability to learn and
Yes,
function
exactly.
in the world.
Maybe.
Well,
I
they
still need to
they only like is Deep Blue considered an AI? I think IBM advertises it as such. But
No, it's
I
not.
don't think we have any true AIs. What we
Because the
have
way-
are
the way Deep Blue works is it uses associations between things and it builds new associations, and that's how it won Jeopardy.
I believe we have virtual intelligence, but not artificial.
Yeah.
We have things that are pretty smart, but yeah, they're not really like an
They're
AI
not
in the
on-
movies.
yeah,
or
they're not
anything.
on that.
No, they're
level yet.
virtual intelligence, I believe, is the actual term.
Well, I don't know. I mean, all I know is Deep Blue like helps doctors diagnose things and stuff like that. So I don't really know how it works exactly. I know it's associations.
I think for AI, they would have to be able to make independent thoughts, I guess. I don't know the actual parameters. I do know that there is a difference between AIs
Well,
and
an AI
VIs.
would have to be sentient. It would have to know that it's alive. It would have
So
to
yeah, all we
know-
have is VIs. They're going after. They're looking at a situation. They're pulling from their logic loops. What is the course of action to take?
And really,
Whoa.
when it comes to it, the closest
But-
thing we even have to that are certain like bots, so to say.
And a lot of our bots that self-learn from interaction with humans actually get dumber. That's
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't there something with a bot somewhere that ended up saying some really weird shit like
racist
Google?
stuff. Yeah, the
Yeah.
AT&T
Yeah.
bot, and then
Yeah.
they've announced for a lot of those learning internet learning programs that they've all become dumber, and it's not even just because of self-sabotage or sabotage by the community. It's more just, I guess the more input from the so many people, just it collectively correlates into a negative, I guess.
Well, yeah, so that's kind of like with whatchamacallit. Remember that one thing that Google was doing where it was like that drawing challenge or whatever, like the 5-second draw challenge? And it was like, it was to see if this bot could recognize what you're drawing, and it was a bot that Google had designed. It
Yeah.
started out originally very, very good and very able to pick up on things. It was like, it would ask you to draw a boat, and then you have like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever to draw your best looking boat. And it guesses as you start like drawing. Like from the first line you draw, it starts guessing until it gets it right, or until it says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't discern what you were drawing." But like as that program went on, and as these like hundreds and thousands of people started flooding the site and stuff, it was like a lot harder like for an actual artist to go on there and like actually do something that you could easily see was a boat, but the fucking Google bot would just be like, is it a cat? Is it a car? Is it my dick? I'm sorry, I couldn't figure that out. Just based off the drawing habits of these certain people. So because they drew it in a certain way, the bot couldn't actually recognize that it was a boat, even though in the end it looked exactly like a boat.
I love how we were saying we weren't even gonna make it to 30 minutes, and we're at the hour mark.
Oh,
So-
are we really?
Yeah, we're at the hour mark.
Oh, fucking way. Well, I mean,
See, when
hey,
we
that's
get
what happens
into-
when we talk about...
See,
When we talk about
I
race,
kept the
yeah.
conversation going. I kept it
did.
going. See,
Yeah,
that's what
You
I
kept
did.
it alive. Kept
Yeah,
it alive,
but-
mate. You enraged all of us to such a point that we wanted to fucking punch you in the face just because of friendship.
Well, that's what face does.
That's what friendship's all about, guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
just punching each other in the face.
Faith, how long have we known each other for?
I don't know.
3 years mostly.
Almost 3 years.
Probably almost 3 years.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking in the chats.
Wow, I met you guys for almost a year. Isn't that exciting?
Oh, hey, here's your stupid question by the Count, and I just want to answer him in the most basic way. He said, "What's the worth of all humanity?" And to that, my friend, I have to say, the worth of humanity is what you take it at, because humanity is basically nothing. It's nothing compared to the
Nothing has worth. Worth is an arbitrary. Worth is just a human concept. Worth in
This is
itself.
some edgy shit. Yeah.
Well, it's true. Worth isn't. That's just a human concept. Worth has nothing. What need does the universe have for things?
Okay, so let's accept that worth is a human concept. So then let's actually assign something to that concept and answer the question.
But
Yeah.
why?
Let's assign gold to that concept, because apparently gold is something that's very worthwhile to us as a human race.
Mm-hmm. But that's just a social construct.
I mean, I don't know, because that's the thing. That question's so broad. It's like you could break that down in so many different ways. It's like you
I
can
mean,
say,
the-
how much
the-
is one
the-
human worth? How many humans are there in the entire world? Multiply
Okay,
those
the
numbers
guy who asked
together.
that is a dumbass.
I
Forget
mean,
it.
it's the Count.
What is the worth of all humanity in relation to what exactly? Like, my point is like, it's difficult. You can't really assess worth without a human brain.
Well, I mean, if you had another sufficient or greater brain, then yeah.
Sure.
I also like the count said, how do you feel about Faith not seeing you as friends but as pawns? Yes, I use all these guys to do my bidding. They're so helpful in doing stuff for me that they totally
Yeah,
do
right.
all the time for me.
It's
Yeah.
Clearly, Faith, the one who's setting up most of this, and fucking like, you know, he's got another channel on his own with over 100,000 fucking subs on it, but still decides to come here to do this really shitty ass podcast.
You know, I do this for my own ego boost because it's kind of like hanging out with the peasants, you know? I'm just so gracious that I hang
Ego
out
boost, what the
with
fuck,
these
man?
guys.
Yo, man, you're
Can I
shit,
can I
dude.
say that I know what the of all humanity is?
What?
What?
Okay, are you ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure
All
enough.
of humanity is $1.1 trillion US dollars.
So the
what
worth of
up?
humanity is less than the national debt of
Yeah,
America.
That sucks, huh?
How
Yeah.
does that make
Yeah.
sense? We have more.
So this is my reasoning here. I base this on if you add up all the elements in the human body and take the market rate at which you can sell those elements for, you get about $160.
Oh,
And I took
yeah.
$160
Okay.
and multiplied it by the total
The
population.
current total population, yeah.
So
Yeah.
an estimate of about $1.1 trillion.
Yeah, so literally, the U.S. will never be out of debt because, you know, humanity's just
No,
not
no,
worth
we
that
can
much.
print more money and pay that off, man. It's no big
Oh,
deal.
but then you're talking
Yes,
about
of course.
inflation and...
No. We print out the money and then we pay it off. It's fine.
And then
Why
we
not
switch
money?
back
Okay,
to
Isn't
No,
that,
no, we
hold on,
pay it
hold on.
off.
Isn't that what
No.
Germany tried? Isn't that what Germany tried after
We-
World War II, and then they
Fatty,
got
you're
royally
thinking
fucked?
about this too much.
What do you mean I'm thinking
You're
about this too much?
thinking-
It literally happened. Though.
Well, we
You're
could.
thinking about it too much.
What we could
You
do.
can start the communist revolution, guys.
Shut up, Ed. You are a commie.
How did you hear
Well,
that?
you're
You know that
not
noise?
wrong.
All right, well, you know what? Fuck this. I think we've gone on for long enough. I think we've gone on for way too long at this point.
Yeah, I think we're fine to end it here. I
Yeah.
was actually pretty good. I think I'm going to change the title to "Friendship is a Lie."
The friendship is not magic.
The
Friendship
red
is.
will rise.
The friendship was a lie.
influence and nothing else.
Friendship is a lie, and put in parentheses, so is the cake.
Friendship is magic.
No, Ed, it's definitely not magic. Definitely not. Magic
Oh
is a
boy,
myth.
Eurobeat is live on the HawkCon.
No shit, I need to
How
fucking
many-
watch
How many
him.
viewers does he have right now?
Yeah, it's three. Hold on. It
Isn't
doesn't
he-
say. He doesn't have views set up on. Oh wait,
No, it does.
does it tell you on Twitch?
Yeah.
No, not on Twitch.
Yeah, it does. In the
On
little
Twitch
corner.
It does.
It's the
Oh,
red
yeah,
eye.
Yeah, the
Where?
red eye.
Yeah, but there's no red eye.
Wait, you can't just hide it.
I think you can hide it. Yeah.
I don't think you can. Well, no. Go to HawkCon's actual wherever they're
Yeah, but that's not the same as the number of people watching the stream. Those are two different things.
I mean, that's the number of people who are actually going to the con site to watch it, though.
Yeah, but
Who
they
cares?
use
And the
side of the
podcast.
stream.
Holy shit.
I don't know. Yeah, fucking end this shit, Faith. God damn it. Why are we still going on?
Yeah, mate.
Is he actually live or is this just a
Yeah, he's
pre-recorded? There should be no way.
Wow.
For him. It
Supposed to
says live. I guess. I don't know.
Was it really? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you couldn't do that, but.
It says followers 419. I don't know if that means.
No, it
something
should be
else.
right next to that number there somewhere. So that's the amount of followers.
There's
that he
only
had. That's-
35 people watching.
Oh,
It's not
29. Okay.
It's
Okay,
not
yeah,
like
there
he's
you go.
actually doing anything. Oh yeah, there it goes. It says 29 now. He's not actually like talking. He's just kind of playing a set. So.
Well, yeah.
Well, I
This
mean,
this
yeah,
is what it
that's-
is at cons
that's
at
the
night.
thing.
Have music. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole like get behind it. It was like, okay, well, it's like, you know, it's the rave time, guys.
Yeah, rave silently in your room, guys. Woo, that's not sad at all. God. Jesus
Right?
Christ. Anyways, guys, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there. So I guess me and Faith can never be friends. Christ, you should fucking cry. You're worthless to me. You are nothing. I will crush you. You are literally nothing but an insult.
Trust me,
What the hell is he doing?
You're not funny, Faith.
Stop it.
Anyways,
You're
I
not
guess we
funny.
should go ahead and end it. I was only half joking about that. And you were like 0.1% of my viewership. But
That's basically fake. I was just joking, guys. I was just pretending to be
And
retarded.
shut up! You're not allowed to talk in here anymore.
if you want my love, please donate to my Patreon. That is how I gauge my love. for people is how much they give me. Anyways, I guess we're done. We actually went on a lot longer than I thought we were.
You're being redundant. End it already.
Yeah.
End it. Yeah, you can end it.